and loved for a long time, and thought maybe I would share with someone who was interested in buying it. Um, as you're aware, I will have Scott from the Old Curiosity Shop as my guest, and he will be selling some items. And he did a preview earlier. So if you're joining me from there, thank you. I appreciate it. Tammy appreciates it. Um, just some background on me. I just support Tammy with our channel, and we have fun looking for things, whether it be in a live or shopping or a thrift. We travel. We love doing it. It's just fun, And I'm happy to. I'm always up for a road trip. So Tammy's gonna, I think, make a few people mods. I think Vinny's in, so say hello to Vinny. I see Virginia, and the chat's gonna go really fast, so I'll try to keep up. But I'm not to slide anyone. Just if you're new to the channel, uh, welcome. If you're brand new, we set like a brief time limit of 10 minutes before you can enter the chat. So I'm just going to talk a little bit to let that time lag so that you can feel free to chat and bid, just to keep people or bots that disrupt some of these cells from popping in and out. So yeah, we're gonna look pretty sharp tonight. It's two chaps, so we're bring the tie back. There was a mantra of bring the clear glass back, bring the tie back. I wear ties all the time, so it doesn't bother me. I think I was born in a tie. Just some rules and just some housekeeping. There will be offer ups. So we'll have a starting bid, and then feel free to bid. Bid early, bid often. Once the countdown goes, bid like you mean it, because someone may sneak in there and beat you. Also, if you're familiar with live sales, different internets, different providers, different bandwidths, you may have a lag. So from time to time, refresh YouTube, refresh your browser, make sure you're in live chat, and there should not be problems. We're going to have moderators to help us. Thankful for that. The moderators will show an in or stop on the bid, and the highest bid prior to the stop will be the winner. If we get a higher bid after the stop, you missed out. You didn't pull the trigger quite quick enough. So I will be shipping from Texas. Scott, of course, is shipping from, I guess he may have a favorite vendor, but either the Philadelphia area or in New Jersey. So should be the same cost right over the bridge. Not sure. But just keep that in mind on the shipping. I don't have many large items, so it should box up very well. So hello, and yeah, I even shaved for this, so who knows? So without further ado, I will introduce Scott and bring him into the studio. And there he is. Good evening, sir.
Hey, David.
How are you?
I am finer than frog's hair.
Oh, that's great. Comb to frog's hair. So
yeah.
I've laid down the rules. I hope we have a lot of fun. I think everyone knows how this goes, and I'm excited. I was very appreciative that you would join me tonight. I just thought I would share a few things that I've enjoyed and thought I would pass them along to see if someone else would enjoy it. And not to make room or anything. I just think it's time for someone else to appreciate some of these items. So we'll see. How are you doing?
I am complaintless. I'm doing very well. All is good here in New Jersey. No earthquakes today.
I'm loving your tie.
Thank you very much. I will if you'd like to know a little bit more about my tie, I'll tell you a little bit later on in the program. We don't want to give all the secrets away, you know, too early. We want to keep them hanging in there.
Let's keep them hanging in there.
So nice vest, very sharp, very sharp.
Yeah, this vest actually has a very fine, like red wine color squares in it. And if you saw me in the same room, it would pop because of the tie. I don't think on the stream it does any justice, but you can't win them all.
Well, that's true. And I'll have to, you know, once you blow yourself up, I'll be able to see you a little bit better.
Yeah,
but
we'll do that.
I'd like to, if I may, I would like to thank David for asking me to join him tonight. Dave and I have never done anything together like this live, so this is a lot of fun. David, thank you, because you were moderating you were moderating for me last night for quite a while. I think Vinny wasn't feeling too hot. He's okay now. I don't know if Vinny's with us now, but a lot of folks were concerned because Vinny usually does my moderating. But thanks, David, for inviting me. Also, thank you. I went live a little bit earlier, and I appreciate Jeffrey putting in links. Jeffrey Reed put some links in. Okay. So that the folks would know, you know, to come on over and join us. So thank you, audience members. That sounds so, I don't mean friends. Thank you, friends, for joining us, not audience members.
Yeah, it's the word community gets bounced around and used a lot. While that is true, a lot of the people that we interact with, the majority faceless, to be honest with you. We kind of learn personality through the chat, maybe with some interaction. There's a handful that we know in person, that we put faces with names, but community, yes. Family more so, because same interest. Sometimes we bicker like family, you know. Sometimes, you know, no one has to agree. I certainly don't feel that everyone has to agree on everything. So, you know, sometimes it's community, but sometimes I think it's family. For the broader sense, we kind of have the same likeness, you know. No one has to come to these live cells. They choose to. And for that, you and I, and I'm sure those in the community are grateful for that. So we'll see. I may shift around, as you see, with the StreamYard, just to kind of play with it a little bit. I'll try not to surprise everyone. I'll make Scott big, of course, when he's showcasing his items. I'll do the same for mine. We're going to go quick, so we can chat a little bit afterwards, same as we did at the end of Scott's sell last night, which was epic. What a great sell. I had a lot of fun partaking in that and watching that.
Thank you.
So get your bids in, bid early, bid like you mean it. I'm not trying to be pushy on it. You may miss out on an item if you're not serious about bidding, and you may never see something like that again. I have for sure 3 items I've never seen before, and when sometimes when you see something, you need to buy it. Whether because it's my Instagram name is because it's cool, because that's how I feel. I mean, I may pick something up because it's intriguing. I love it. It's got to go on my shelf somewhere so I can look at it every now and then. I mean, that's just me. So that's how I feel. So we have a few in. Looks like we have about over 150 in. And I think what we'll do, Scott, I know I have a dozen items, maybe 13, and something special I want to throw out. And I know I didn't prepare you for this. It's only me, not for you. You're not participating in this, Scott, this little portion, but
what are you not going to do? A striptease, are you?
Here's the surprise. Anyone that buys from me, you'll go into a drawing for a special prize that I will ship with your item. And I will reveal what the prize is after the drawing. So a little intrigue there. I like it. We'll see. I love it. I think it's a fantastic idea. It goes with the theme. Two friends. Scott and I met. I discovered his channel, and I had a lot of catching up to do. I went down the old curiosity shop rabbit hole.
Oh, you poor thing.
And had to watch videos and videos and videos, and I was entertained. I was taught, instructed, and just love his channel, love Scott. So
thank you.
You are my guest, so let's do 2 items each. I will let you go first. Yes, the gentleman that I am, I'll let you go first. And just a reminder, everyone, Scott will be shipping from, I guess you mainly ship from New Jersey now?
Right.
I guess depending where you are, you may be over the bridge in Philly and may ship from there.
Yeah, I'm still a little bit back and forth, but my Philly shipping zip code and my Jersey shipping zip code are only like 9 miles apart, so it doesn't doesn't really make a big difference. But yes.
Well, they know the score. I want to just make sure, just some housekeeping. You don't hear an echo, right?
I don't.
Okay, we're good. Okay, Scott, I'm going to make you bigger on the screen. And we'll let you take it away with 2 items. Now, moderator, I think we can have, if Karen's the moderator, and we'll have Karen and Vinny. We'll go with Karen and Vinny, and we'll see if that'll work. And if we need to clean it up, we can, but we'll go with that for now.
Okay.
Take it away.
Okay. The first item that I've got tonight is a pond boat, Pondboat. Now, these were popular in the 1930s. This is an offer up, and we're starting out at $12. Just $12 on the 1930s pond boat. It measures about 14 inches from bow to stern, and let's take a good look at it. It needs some restoration. It's really adorable. We've got the rudder here, which is made of metal, as you can see. It's got a nice old green paint. And this is metal here. Now, I do hear an echo, David, so I don't know if there's something that needs to be muted somewhere. I'm not sure if anyone else is hearing the echo.
Maybe so. Go ahead. Hopefully anyway, that takes care of it.
So what needs to happen to the pond boat is someone needs to construct a mast and a sail. And it's just a nice piece here. I really like the original paint. And a lot of folks are into this old, the old painted surfaces. So we're starting at $12 on the 1930s pond boat, which will need some restoration, as I said, 14 inches from stern to bow, wooden here and metal here. And we'll take a look here. I know I like the old paint as well.
And just so you know, Karen has agreed to call sold, and Vinny will call the winner.
Okay, sounds good. Now, I don't see.
I have one bid at $12 from Lori and Robert Perry in Lake Charles, Louisiana.
Okay, I didn't see that, but I appreciate that. Now, I'm going to count it down in just a second, but I will say this before I count it down. I am broadcasting over my cell phone, but I'm watching the chat on my laptop. My laptop is a good 20 seconds behind my cell phone. This is the reason why we're telling everyone, when you see an item, if you like it, don't be shy. Get your bid in there before we start the countdown. Because if you wait until after we start the countdown, you might miss out. And again, we just want everybody to have the best chance to win the items if they're interested. So that's just the way that it works. And I know you guys already know that. So thank you for putting up with us explaining that. Here we go. Countdown. Ready? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Sold. I hope so. On the lovely 1930s, probably 1930s pond boat, which is really just so charming. Okay. And I'll let my moderators tell me what's what. I know we've got so many friends here to say hello to, so we'll see who our winner is. David, do I wait for you to tell me?
I think we're going to wait for Vinny. Karen's going to have the sold.
It went to, it looks like Robert and Lori for 12.
And we're just waiting. I think, okay, Vinny has it. Sold to Robert and Lori for $12.
Thank you, Robert and Lori. I was chatting with you a little bit earlier.
That's Robert and Lori Perry.
Yeah, at 12. Thank you. That's going to come to you with your kitchen items. The next item that I've got for sale measures 8 by 10, and it was painted in 1950. It's an
wow.
all-up, and we're starting at $12 on this. Remember, get those bids in there if you're interested. Now, I will hold it still. We're starting at $12. It has no frame. That's up to you. It measures 8 by 10, and it was painted by somebody named Clement, C-L-E-M-E-N-T, and we can see the 1950 right there. It is oil on canvas. It's in really nice condition. It's beautiful. I'll let you see the back of it. I like changing out my artwork for the different seasons. You might like to do that as well. It's just a really pretty winter scene. Probably.
I don't have room for art.
Yes, you do. I can see all that art behind you.
Tammy has family photos everywhere.
Well, that's probably
everywhere.
Better. But look at that charming little cabin there with the smoke coming out. You can just imagine me sitting in there by the fire roasting some potatoes. And we've got the moon up there, and it's just a lovely little piece that you can frame. All right, you're not going to find this at IKEA. It's an original, and you're going to be the only one with it. It's $12.
Is that one of the thin canvases, Scott?
It's canvas.
Oh yeah.
It's on board. It's on cardboard. It's canvas wrapped around. You know, my art people are going to know what that is.
Then the first item I show then may complement that, since that's not framed.
Wonderful. Okay, I hope anyone who's interested has placed a bid, because I'm getting ready to count this down. And I think I told you that it does measure 8 by 10 on that lovely piece there, 8 by 10. So we're going to go ahead and count this down. And here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold. The lovely 1950s oil painting. Sold. It's like your childhood Christmas. Hello, words.
And winter's not over for you.
Pardon?
Winter's not over for you.
Oh no, we can get slammed in February. We can get slammed in March. Indeed,
yeah,
we can.
I think we'll have it. We're about to get a front. It's going to stay cold. And I see sold to Benita Taylor for $20. Benita Taylor for $20.
Thank you, Benita. Thank you so much. And thank you, everyone who placed your bids. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Benita, I've got your information. And of course, I've got Robert and Lori's information. So we're good there. But anybody else who I don't recognize, I'll tell you later. David, back to you, my friend.
Okay, so for my first item, to complement that picture, and this was found in Philadelphia while thrifting with Scott, and this was found at the Affiliates Thrift, and I cannot believe I found it. Now, it does have content in it. I love these frames.
Ah,
Now, the glass is good. It's a very old frame. I did not remove the content, but who knows? There may be $20 hidden behind there. But it's one of the Adirondack style frames.
yeah.
See the little tongue and groove where it's set in. You know, some of these are large, but it holds an 8x10. How convenient.
David, is it an offer up, and what's your starting price?
This is going to be an offer up, and it's starting at $16.
Okay.
Now, I wish I could find these frames in Houston, but I only see them when Tammy and I travel outside of Texas. You don't find these thrifting. They're I see them in Round Top at the big shows. This art was done, signed by a family member or a friend that gifted this to somebody. But I have a hard time removing these because someone may appreciate that. But certainly you can remove it and put your own art in there. But I love the artistry. For a long time, I didn't appreciate the craftsmanship that goes into things like this and the work that it takes to create this. I guess, I couldn't do it. Maybe I say I couldn't. If I put effort into it, perhaps I could. But it's beautiful.
David, did you tell us the size? I don't.
Yes, the size from top to bottom, the size is 14 by 16. So it's going to be 14 long, 16 wide, and then it will hold an 8x10. It's going to hold an 8x10.
Okay.
So 16 inches tall and 14 inches wide from tip to tip, and it holds an 8x10.
That's an antique.
Yeah, it's very old. I don't know if we have any bids. Maybe I'll look at the chat and someone tell me if there's a bid or not. I'll count it down if not. But yeah, it was fun finding this in thrifting. This is not stitching. This is something floral someone put over material, and I didn't want to remove it. So you could put art in there, and no claims yet. So I will set that aside rather than count down.
Bring that back at the end, David. That's a good frame.
Sure. Now, finding things that are unusual. This one's not unusual to me, but I just love it. Just the history. Unfortunately, war happens, and I guess our soldiers and engineers would, have idle time. But someone mentioned industrial, but trench art. They would take some of these shells and make vases out of them, other type of ware, you name it, they hammered it. So this is a piece of brass, I guess from a shell, that was manufactured. This is trench art, and they've made this into a vase. You can see where it was used as a vase. You can see the hammering as they shape this. And
what's the starting
just to
bid,
give
David?
you some, I'll give you some. It's 5.5 inches tall, and it's 4 inches wide at the base, and the mouth is just under 3 inches. Of course, the measurements aren't exact because they weren't using a lot of tools to. This wasn't. These are handmade items that are hammered out. So someone's working on this. One of the some of the items I've seen are very, very large vases.
What's the starting
And
bid, David?
this is not a starting bid. I'm going to do a flat price.
Oh, I'm sorry.
And this is, if anyone's interested, this is going to be $12, and you enter the first one to enter the number 6 for $12, number 6. And I know there's lag, so we'll see. Now I show Crazed vintage model. Maybe Vinny can. Okay, yeah. Okay. Crazed vintage model. Thank you. Those are my 2 items. And just to remind you, you're going into a drawing for a special prize. If you buy from me, you're going into a drawing. I have not let know what that prize is. Of course, he didn't know anything about this. Okay, Scott, you have 2 other items. Thank you very much, Crazed.
I do indeed. The next item that I have for sale, this is 2 items, and they're in this one auction, and we're going to start the bidding out. We're going to start the bidding out at $15 on these 2 items. I'm going to give you the measurements in just a moment, but it's 2 Art Deco picture frames. Now, I'm going to show these up close to you. You're not going to get the picture. I've got to take the picture out of this one. Those are my 2 great aunts. I got to get them out of there. But let me tell you about the frames. It is an offer up, and I think I forgot what I'm starting at. What did I tell you? Well, I forget what I said. $15, something like that. Maybe I said 12. They're reverse painted. The smallest frame will hold a picture which would measure 3 by 5.
Scott, are they getting both frames for the same price?
Indeed they are. You're getting both of them.
Okay, good. So 2 frames for 1 money.
You got it. 2 frames, 1 money. And so we've got the glass here. Yeah. And then you've got the black is reverse painted. And then I think the silver part might be a matte there in the back on this one. And then now the back of it, you know, as usual, little easel thing that always breaks off, and you can fix that. So it's a chrome frame, and this little one here will take a picture that measures 3 by 5. And you're getting another one, also very Art Deco. And this one will take a picture that measures 3.5 by 5.5. And again, the little easel on the back has been ripped off. These were inexpensive frames from the 1930s. And as I said, I've got to take my great aunts out of there. That's Aunt Marion and Aunt Frances. And there they are, and they're lovely. They are sisters, but I'll take them out and put them in another frame. So just to give you an idea what frames looked like from the 1930s. So I've given you the measurements, and we can take a look again at the 2 Art Deco picture frames with the old reverse painted glass there. And let's see, I don't know where we are, but you know what? We're counting it down. Here comes the warning for the countdown. So I hope your bid is in before the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. Sold. The 2 old picture frames. All right. Now I'm going to tell you what, this next item that I've got, woo! Let's see.
Watch out. Watch your retinas.
You watch your detached retina coming up. And so we'll let our moderator tell us who's going to take the old picture frames. Sold to Justine. That's $18 for the 2. Now, Justine, I probably have your information somewhere, but thank you, Jeffrey. You are Johnny on the spot. Is it just? I keep saying Justine, but I know I'm saying it wrong. Send me your information, if you will, at oldcuriosityshop99@gmail.com. I guess you guys know that, because I might not have yours. And I thank you kindly. Let me write your name down. Bear with me. Justine, and what's your... well, I'll know. Okay. This next item is a stunner. Stunner, is that a word? I don't know. It's an offer up, and we're starting at $49. This is late Victorian. I'm going to move in. We're starting at $49, and it is 9 inches long and 2.5 inches tall. That is off of, and I didn't steal it either, that's off of an old Philadelphia row house door. This is solid brass, and this is an old-fashioned, you live in the old houses, and the letters, of course, the postman would come and shove the letters into your little vestibule, into your front door, and look at the workmanship. Let's get right up in there. Look at that. Beautiful old brass.
That's beautiful.
It has never been polished. It is an original. Look at the detail on that. I'm feeling 1890s, 1900 on this. Look at the back. We have a foundry mark. Hard to say. Well, not a foundry mark. I don't know which foundry. I don't know. But boy, oh boy, what would you do with that? Now, that's an original. And it doesn't have any dents in it. And you can screw it on to however you would like to. If you collect ephemera, or you just like unique things to decorate your home with, what a nice piece. Heavy brass, nice old patina on that. And I would keep it, except my house is 1925, not 1890s. So that piece is on its way. Okay, so I've given you the measurements, and we've talked a little bit about it. And we're going to go ahead and count this one down. Yes, no bills. We don't want any bills. Isn't that a beautiful piece? And it looks like right now we're at 70. I'm going to give you just a second to get your final bids in on this wonderful piece. And it's being, we're counting it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's a piece of history. Oh my word. I got to remember to pick that back up off the floor so that I don't step on it.
Yeah, that's you don't want to stub your toe on that one.
No, I don't. I broke 2 toes. Well, no, I don't want to give the story. I'll tell you after we're done selling, and we'll chat about that. I broke a toe a couple of years ago. Woo.
Oh, no.
And Gail for 112. Gail, thank you. Gail, while you're there, hold on, Gail. Gail, thank you. And I want to tell you something. I got your email just before I went on the air. Gail, thank you for last night. I think it's Gail I'm supposed to talk to. I did send you an invoice. I know you said you didn't see it. Check your inbox again. And when I sign out, if it's not too late, I might have made a mistake. I probably did and messed up your email. But I haven't forgotten you. I know if you didn't get that invoice, I need to resend it. So that's because of last night. Okay. So we'll straighten it all out. But Gail, thank you so much. Gail, what are you going to do with it? I want to know. I love to know what people do with the things that they
She's gonna cut a hole in her door to put that in there.
as long as you don't chalk paint it or polish it.
Don't.
If you're going to polish it, you can't have it. Isn't that awful? All right, David, it's back to you. I'm just playing now. Gail, thank you so much. It is a beautiful piece. I want to know what you're going to do with it. And I know you're not going to polish it. I know you're not.
We'll find out. This next item's going to start bids at $20. Starting bid is at $20. And it is a leather tobacco humidifier.
Ooh.
Now this is handmade. Look at the irregularity as I spin it around. And let me show you the detail. It's been corked on the inside. Nice lid that fits snugly.
That's
on
nice.
top. And it just surprises me when, I don't know, for me, if my grandfather had this or my dad had this, why would it leave your house? Why would it leave your possession? And always, it's funny what we find, and it's intriguing, I guess, what we find in a thrift or a flea market or a some type of store, that this is out there. I know someone this could have been their living making this, but I like to think this belonged to Mr. Schreiber, my middle school band teacher, who always smoked a pipe. This was back when you could still smoke inside the school. We would walk into the band room and you could smell his pipe smoke as he puffed on it in his office. So he had a humidor as well. This is 5 inches tall and it's 4.5 inches wide. So it's 5 inches tall, 4.5 inches wide for this leather humidor.
So it's leather, because from here, David, it almost looks like it's a brass can, but you're saying it's actually, is it supple, the leather?
This is it's not supple. Whoever tooled this together used a thick piece of leather, one piece here.
Yeah.
So what I'm holding now is actually 2 pieces of leather.
I see.
They have seamed this piece, corked the inside, and then attached this bottom circle, which is 4.5 inches wide, into one. This is 2-piece, and of course, this is another piece of leather with the cork top under the lid. And it's not very big. It's a nice desk size, perfect for a study or office.
Yeah, that's sharp.
I think it's a beautiful piece. I can think of the tanner that would have worked on this or sold the leather to someone who's manufacturing this. Chat wise, I don't know if we have any bids or not. I'll look and see what Vinny has. Well, like I said, it was 5 inches tall, 4.5 inches wide. No offers yet. Okay. So I'll set that aside. And I will move on to this unusual ding. Now, this is spring loaded. This is an old, I think it's a clip. Somehow it's a clip. Maybe it's a paperweight. It's certainly not a toy, but you never know because these heavy metal cast iron. It's an elephant on a plank. And I didn't wash it. I didn't want to take away any type of the patina that's on here. But the base is green. You see the plank. There's the elephant. And this is starting at $30. $30 is the start on that.
Stop, David.
Okay, I'm stopping.
People are asking you some questions. Take a look at the chat. Let's take a look at the chat. Everybody's saying stop for something. Okay, you've got a bid for the tobacco humidor, David.
Okay.
Now, I don't know if you want to just go ahead and let that go at that minimum bid, or come back.
Well, we have two bids, so I'll go back to the humidor.
Okay, go back to the humidor.
We have a bid at 20, a bid at 23. So I will count it down.
Give up.
And just
everybody.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hopefully there's not a lag. And I'll wait for Vinny.
Hey, David.
Yes.
While we're waiting for Vinny to tell us who won the tobacco thing, when you go back to that elephant, I think you were getting ready to tell us right away that it was an offer up, and I think you told us the price. That thing is really sweet. Yeah, give us the price of that when you go back, and let's get the offers. Come on, folks, get those offers in, because if you wait until we count down, you're going to miss it. We don't want you to miss it.
Okay, I have Benny saying Poodle will take it for 30. Thank you, Poodle. Okay, that's for the humidor. Thank you very much. Getting back to the elephant, or this early piece, this is starting at 30. So starting bids at $30.
Okay.
Heavy cast metal. It does have a number from the foundry, but no company or foundry mark. It has a hole here, like you're supposed to clip it to a wall. I have no idea. It doesn't make sense to me, just simply because what's elephant doing if you're clipping something? I don't know. But, you know, I imagine this. So you're in a large city, you're clipping papers perhaps, and your only air conditioning is an open window. And you get drafts in and out, and you don't want your legal papers to fly everywhere. So you have some heavy metal and a heavy metal clip sitting on your giant mahogany desk to keep your papers from flying. Or maybe a school.
Sweet. But original paint?
Original paint. There is paint loss on the elephant, not on the plank. And I found this buried in a box at a store, and it was just beautiful. I appreciate these old things. I'd hate to think that it was a toy, but you never know. You see these old metal cast antique cars that were made with the old rubber tires and heavy cast toys. This is right in that era, but I'd like to think it was probably an office piece. But let me zoom in so you can appreciate the original paint. There's the elephant. Both tusks are there. The snout has not been broken. There's a detail on the elephant. I'd like to think this is close to 100 years old.
Oh, David, without doubt.
And I'll count it down. Get your bids in.
Yeah, get them in there because.
Get them in there. I'm counting down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. It's not large. It fits in my hand. And I'll wait for the stop and for Vinny to tell us who has that. And thank you very much for those that are bidding. And thank you to our moderators that are helping out. It really helps us out. We appreciate you. Sold to Margaret Howe for $48. Thank you, Margaret. And let me place you in the drawing. And those are my 2 items, Scott. So I'll let you show your next 2. Thank you, everyone.
This is going to really surprise you. It's an offer up, and it starts at $5. Does anybody want an 8x10 signed photograph dated 1980 of Ruth Buzzy? Now you're saying, he can't possibly. Oh, yes, I can. And there it is. I'm starting at $5. It's an 8x10 of Ruth Buzzy. And she signed it and she dated it 1980. Look. Let me get it in. And it's ink pen. I'm looking at it. Well, no, wait a minute. Well, I'll tell you what. I'm not an autograph specialist. I can't tell if she actually wrote on this or if it's just, I can't tell. So if you like it, I don't know if it's original. I'm trying to look and see if I can see where she pressed with the ink pen. And I can't tell. I don't see, like, you know, where the ink pen left indentation. Oh, I got my head stuck under my lampshade. Ooh, I wasn't
do a little dusting while you're under there.
I wasn't planning on that. But anyway, oh, that was nice and warm. Oh, I think I'm gonna. But anyway, I really can't tell if that's an original signature. Maybe it is, maybe it is not. But there's old Ruth Buzzy, and she's only $5 anyway. It is a photograph. There's nothing on the back. And you know, a lot of you remember Ruth Buzzy from Laugh-In. That would be what my parents remember. But I remember, let's go back to 1970s Saturday morning kids show. Trivia question. Come on, David. Now, I'm a few years older than you. So it might be a little bit before David's time. Who remembers what late 70s Saturday morning kids show had Ruth Buzzy in it?
Oh, goodness.
David, have I stumped you?
I think I'm stumped, but it wasn't a PBS show. You're talking about on the networks, right?
Okay, it was not Puffin Stuff. It was not Sesame Street. I'm waiting. It was not Ringy Dingy. Nope. I'm waiting. It was not Romper Room. No. I hear the echo again, David. Turn me down.
Okay.
Huh? It was not. Yes, the Lost Saucer. Wordsmith, you got it. And I think Wordsmith is the only one who wants the photograph. So if nobody else bid, Wordsmith gets it. Did anybody else bid on it? It was not the Banana Bunch. It was called the Lost Saucer. And it starred Jim Nabors and Ruth Buzzy. And they were in this little spaceship that got... Nobody wants it except Arvy. I think Arvy is the one. Or is it not? No, Vinny says it's Vintage Peep Show. What? I'll be quiet. Vinny, you tell me who gets it. Yeah, it was called the Lost Saucer.
It looks like Margot with Vintage Peep Show.
Okay. So, Arvy, I'm sorry for teasing you. You don't get it. Margot gets it. Is that okay? She's from Rhode Island? I didn't know that. That show was only on for maybe 2 years.
ABC?
Around the same time as the Bugaloos. It was that Saturday morning. Let's double check here. I want to make sure I know who got the Ruth Buzzy. Tell me again. I'm sorry. Oh, I didn't do a countdown. I messed that up. Did I mess that up? I think I messed that one up. I got too excited. All right, let's count it. All right, we didn't count it down, so let's count the thing down. I apologize. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I messed that up. That was my fault. I got too excited about my Saturday morning cartoons. I won't do that on the next one.
I think I'm sorry. I think Margot got that one.
Okay,
yeah, Margot for $5.
Okay, Margot. Are you sure? Okay. All right.
Ruth Buzzy.
Yep.
I didn't expect to see Ruth Buzzy tonight.
I know. You never know. You never know what's going to happen.
You never know.
You don't. Now, this is an offer up. Okay. We're going to start at $15. This is a blue glass console bowl fruit bowl. It's an offer up, and we're going to start at $15. I know it looks like a Devo hat. Yeah.
Crash that whip.
It is thick glass. Now, I don't know who made this, and I'm not certain that it dates to the 1930s. It certainly looks like it. I mean, it's got the look and the feel. What makes me think that it might is when I turn it upside down, I see significant wear on the bottom, which would indicate years of sliding around a table, but sometimes people fake that. And I'm not going to try to get you to see it. Well, I guess I am going to try to get you to see it. But when I say wear, I mean where you expect to see it, which is here. You see the little scratches here? See that? Yeah, right here?
Yep.
So that comes from either age or heavy use. Now, there are no chips or cracks on it. And I think I already told you the starting bid and the price of the starting bid. It's 4 inches tall, and it's 8.5 inches across. And it is fire polished, which is also an indication of a good piece of glass because you've got no mold lines on it. So I can't really tell you who made it, but if you like the cobalt blue glass and the look of the 30s, you can't go wrong. And as I said, there's no damage to it. There's no dishwasher damage or anything like that. And it is a nice heavy bowl. So this tiered effect here, typical of the 30s. And it looks like I'm still hearing, am I the only one that hears an echo? Maybe it's me. We're at $30 and we're going to go ahead and count this lovely piece down. And so here we go. We're going to count it down. So here we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's it. That is it. Okay, now I don't hear the echo anymore now. I don't know why that echo comes in and out.
Maybe because I have two devices on, but the sound is off on my other laptop.
It's weird.
Maybe it just floats in and out. I'm not sure.
Who knows? Okay, sold to D for $42.
Congrats, D.
I don't know which D that is. That wouldn't be my D from Niagara Falls, would it?
Thrill of the Thrift.
Really? D, you don't collect Art Deco. Maybe she's starting
D1, she got it.
No, it's not D from Niagara Falls. It says D. Tot?
Yeah, it's D. Thrill of the Thrift. She got it. 42.
She did?
Yes.
D, what are you doing buying Art Deco? Get out of town.
She loves it.
Take the money. Now, D, you know you're my friend. I can't charge you money for that. Where is she? Are you sure? All right, David, take it away. It was D from Niagara Falls? What did it end at? 44?
42.
42. David, it's D, thank you.
You got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead, David, it's back to you. D, thank you. And you know I've got some other stuff for you. So I need to drive up there to the falls.
Okay, I have something very unique pottery, very collectible. It's Mexican pottery. This is starting at $24. Bid starting at $24. And this is Padilla, Padilla, Padilla pottery.
Ooh.
This is double glazed, made in Mexico, signed by the artist. I do have, if you see the residue here, I do have the original factory label that goes there. It has Padilla and then their logo that goes here. The glue is worn off, but we saved the label. It's in an envelope. I'll ship it with the owl. So not only do you get the signed owl, and this is, I hope this blue is popping.
It is.
The drip glaze on this is very beautiful. So we're starting at 24. The owl stands 7 inches tall. So it's going to command your shelf while it watches you do all your chores around the house. It's 4.5 inches wide at the edges of the wings here. And it's 4 inches deep from the tip of the talon to the back. 4 inches deep, 7 inches tall. And I'll spin this around so you can appreciate the glaze. Now, this pottery now, I believe, is going into the third generation. First generation with the artist, it passed down to son. The son is making mugs now. I think he makes stacking mugs in some of this matching glaze. But this would be from, this is MCM. This is from the early 60s. And I believe there were two glazes. This blue, which is very popular with Padilla pottery, and then more of a almost like a glassy gray from what I've seen other ones. But very rarely do they, this is like a signature color for this pottery house, if you will. And I was just, I'm kind of new to the game. I really never appreciated just a few years in, I never really appreciated the artistry and the work it took for pottery, stretch glass, art glass, blown glass, just simple oil paintings. And I say simple oil paintings, but people that took classes and then just loved what they did and just poured their heart and soul into their art. And this certainly reflects that. Just looking at that glaze. He's been on my shelf for a long time. I love him. He actually sits on a amethyst black glass base that normally would be on a you know, for a console bowl or a serving bowl. But very handsome owl. And I'll count it down now. We have Urban Ghost Hunters at 32. Right, Martha. I'll count it down. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll wait for Vinny to stop and wait for Vinny.
I'm here. I'm listening. I'm watching.
He's there.
I'm here.
I can hear him breathing.
I'm here. I'm running around. I haven't gone anywhere.
He's not locked in the bathroom. I guarantee it.
No,
Thank you, Karen. Karen has a soul, so I'll wait for Vinny. And Urban Ghost Hunters for $32. Thank you, UGH.
Ooh. We love our owls.
You go into the drawing. Scott doesn't even know what I'm giving away. I'm going to let him find out when everyone else finds out. He didn't know I was doing this.
I didn't
know.
So,
finding things that just are unusual. And I don't know why this appealed to me, but it's similar to that elephant clip.
Yeah.
But maybe it was a top to something. This is going to start. And, you know, I'd like to think someone would appreciate it. This is going to start at $12, starting at $12. This has been in my office as a paperweight. This is cast metal. What is it? So it may have been a lid to some type of box. Look at the pitting from the paint. Well, not metal pitting, it's paint loss. I think it's like a llama.
I love it.
Not quite a dog. It almost looks like a giraffe's head or a llama's head. And it's just one of those things that I couldn't leave.
That's neat.
It's very different. It may have gone on a box. I'm not sure. It's 5.5 inches long. It's just over 2.5 inches wide and 2.5 inches tall. But it's unusual, and those are the things that kind of appeal to me, are the the unique, unusual thing. It's like, what is it?
Yeah.
And yet, honestly, this has been in my office now for 3 years. I've used it as a paperweight. I've just used it as decor. I thought maybe I would share it and move something else into my office to hold paper down. I mean, it could be a camel, but there's no hump. That's what throws me.
That old original painted finish on there, you know, that's what, you know, folks who like antiques, that's what pumps your blood when you see old surfaces like that.
I've tried to do image searches, nothing. The bottom has some type of marking on there. It's flat. Who knows what the marking is? I don't know. Maybe someone's inventory. I have no idea. There's not a foundry mark or anything.
Margaret Howe says
it's 5.25 inches. 5.25 inches long.
Okay, Margaret says, "What are we bidding on? I'm confused." Margaret, you're bidding on that cast iron piece.
Yeah, we're bidding on this. What I would describe now as a paperweight or just a shelf piece. I don't know if it was a lid to a box. I have no idea. I saw it. I fell in love. I bought it. It is just I've used it as a paperweight. I wish I knew the history.
Yeah.
But it's just unique. I've never found anything like it. But I'll count it down. We do have some interest, but I'll count it down just to move things along. It's 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll wait for the end. There's no slot for a bank, so that's what makes it unusual. I see a comment. Maybe it was part of a bank. And thank you, Jan Goodwin. Thank you, Jan.
And while David
You'll go into the drawing,
writing that down, once again, I thank David for hosting me. And let's give David a thumbs up on his channel there. And if you're not subscribed, why don't you think about doing that? Just go ahead and subscribe to David and the lovely Tammy, who's off camera right now. But we can count on them for thrift hauls and live sales and just a wonderful time.
And traveling around and meeting new friends.
Yeah.
Here's another metal piece from New Jersey.
What?
What? New Jersey. It's a Irwin Skiba. I hope I'm saying that right.
I don't know.
Urban Skiba. Livingston, New Jersey.
That's
cast metal. This is starting at $12. It has some paint loft. This starts at $12. Looks like a captain's hat. It's a bottle opener.
What?
It's a cast metal bottle opener. They make animal horse heads, birds, all shapes and sizes of these bottle openers. Here's the mark. I'll get close.
Captain and Tennille. Huh.
Irwin Skiba. In New Jersey. There's a cast metal. These are fun pieces. This is going to be a I'll be going down the rabbit hole researching some of these. I've never seen these. I saw it. I loved it.
David,
Very
that
different.
thing is cool.
That looked nice sitting on someone's bar,
Yeah.
ready to pop a top for a refreshing drink. And it's cast metal, so that's not going anywhere. So just outside of Newark.
Yep, North Jersey. Now, look, folks, get those bids in there before the countdown or you will miss out. If you like it, don't be shy. Throw those bids in there because once we start counting it down, it could be too late depending on the lag. So we don't want you to miss out.
Late. Martha says if only she had a yacht to rock.
Ah.
Yacht rock. Okay, I'm counting it down. Get those bids in. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Here's the emblem. 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll wait to see who wins the Irwin Skiba bottle opener.
Boy, I'll tell you what, Karen Williams, you got a deal on that thing. Way to go.
Karen for 16. Thank you, Karen.
Nice. This is what's fun about auctions, you know. That was neat.
Okay. Those are my two. I'll give it to Scott.
Okay.
Thank you all who are bidding. Thank you very much. Get them in early. Get them early.
Now, I forgot to measure this, so I'll hold it up and then I'll measure it. I was showing this to you guys in the chat a little earlier if you tuned into me. Now, it's a man's jewelry box, dresser box. I'm going to show it to you, but we're starting out at $19 on it, and I'm told it is Italian leather. Now, I'm from New Jersey, but I'm not Italian. Go figure, right? Not everybody from New Jersey is Italian. I'm not. Not that there'd be anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying. That's one of the stereotypes. Okay, it is Italian leather. It is a man's. My father had something like this on his dresser when I was a boy. I remember that. Now, I'm going to open it up and let you see it. There's no damage on it. I'm going to say it's at least 50 years old. Well, it's got to be more than that. This might go back to the, I don't know, mid-40s, 50s, 60s. I can't really tell. But it looks like some damask on the bottom, and it is signed on the inside. I'm going to show you that in just a second. But look at this tooled Italian leather. It is embossed, and so it's raised here.
That is beautiful.
There's no splitting. It's gilded. I don't see any damage on it at all, and it's got an original old key. Let's turn the key and see if there's anything inside. We'll open it up and take a look. We have a beautiful interior. Now, rings can go in here. Yeah, you stick your rings in there and then here. Okay, and then here's where it's signed. And I had some folks help me out, and they told me that that stands for Florence, Italy. I believe that's what everyone told me. And then that's the mark on there for Italian leather. This, I didn't look it up, but this is what everybody told me, so who knows. So we can get the drawer out of there. Yeah. Okay. All lined with this, whatever this fabric is, and then there's the inside. So, well, we've got several months before Father's Day, but you know, hey, why not? and you ladies can use this as well, but I think it was probably designed for a gentleman, for the top of a gentleman's dresser, wouldn't you say?
Yes.
Yeah. It's clean. It smells good. I mean, it doesn't smell funny. No. And there's no damage to this. Now, somebody in the chat told me that Italian leather is prized because they don't have barbed wire fences, and so the cows don't get scarred on the fence. So I don't know. Somebody said that. I'll believe it. And that's what you told me. So
I would keep my cufflinks in there.
You should. There's the key. I will turn the key and lock it, and you can't get it open when it's locked, like me in the bathroom the other night. Okay, there it is. It's locked. Now we'll unlock it again. So the gentleman's tooled leather box there. I'll let you see. It's about 10. Well, I should have done this in advance. It is 7.5. It's 3 inches tall, and it's about 7.5 inches that way and about 6 inches that way. Here we go. We're going to count her down. You ready, everybody? Let me see. Let me just look at the chat for a minute. Looks like we might be around $30, $32 or so, and we're going to count this down. And there we go. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And off it goes. Who gets it, Vinny? Who gets it? That's it. That's a nice little thing.
Now make sure you're refreshing and you're in live chat. Do that also.
Look at that. I'm in top chat. I'm a dummy head. Let me get in live chat. I'm not even following my own directions. And sold to, oh my word, I can't read that. Okay, so it sold for $49.
Jack's on.
Jack's on 360. Okay.
Or Jackson. We'll call him Jackson.
Jax, you are new to me, and I'm so thrilled that you're here. Now, if you are new to me, oh, okay. I think that might have been something that we didn't want. We're going to hold on for just a second.
We're holding on.
Yeah, looks like Jack's on might need to move on. Get him out of here. Give him the wrench, Vinny. Yeah, I know. I see it. I see it. We had a savory character slip in there.
Ah.
Yeah. That wasn't very nice. He's gone. Okay. Give him the wrench. Give him the ruler. Okay, who gets it? Yeah, bye-bye. All right. We're going to scratch out. We're not even going to say that name again. And watch out, because sometimes these people get back in there. Okay, Robert and Lori at 45. There you go. Okay, Robert and Lori, thank you so much. We're good with Robert and Lori. Okay. Why do people do that stuff? Oh, I don't know. People are lonely.
Who knows?
It's, life is tough, but we keep going. Nothing better to do. Okay, well, we wish him luck and happiness. Thank you, everyone. Okay, thank you so much. Yeah, sometimes you get, people jump in, and if you see anything that looks untoward, go ahead and chop it up with the old wrench. Okay, you guys are great. Robert and Lori, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Is it still me? Okay, I got a little. We've got two. We good, David?
Yeah.
Okay. Offer up. We're starting at $5. You get both of them. It's two 8x10 old photographs, probably from the late 40s. We're starting at $5. They measure 8x10, and I'll show you up close. I don't know who this is. It could be from a high school yearbook. There's nothing on the back at all. There's nothing on the front at all. And I do not believe this is anybody that's professional. Just nice old photography. So you get both of them we're starting at $5. We've got a baseball player. And he's there sort of posing. Can you see that? I like to frame original art, original photographs like this. So there's the one. All right. And then the second one, this one is really neat. Yeah. The catcher. Check that out.
That cat, I have a mitt like that.
Well, these to me look as if, I feel like we're in the 1940s on these based upon the shoes. Yeah, we're in the 40s on these. And we started out at $5, I think, for the pair. They're 8x10s. And at least I think they're 8x10s. They are. Get your bids in, because we're going to go ahead and count the two old photographs down.
Those are fantastic.
Huh?
Those are great.
Yeah, I like photography. I'm counting them down anyway, whether I see any bids or not, and that's how we're going to do it. So here we go. Great photos, love. Yeah, I like these old photos too. Okay, counting it down. You're going to be too late if you didn't get your bids in there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's it. Are they out of here? These are really neat. Let's put them down with Ruth Buzzy. There you go, Ruth. We want to keep you company down there on the floor.
Tammy says she has a collection of baseball stuff. Tammy has a collection of everything.
Oh, you mean your Tammy?
Yeah, my Tammy. We have a sold.
Kay Luttrell at 5.
Congratulations, Kay.
Okay, now let me say this. Kay, thank you. Kay Luttrell. Now, everyone, I've got to get your information. You're going to have to send it to me at oldcuriositysshop99@gmail.com. Give me your name, your chat name, your mailing address. What am I forgetting? I think that's all I need. Yeah. Oh, and the email address associated with your PayPal account, because people don't always have the same email. Yeah. And if you don't want to do it tonight, do it tomorrow morning. I'll get the invoices out to you tomorrow by lunchtime. Thank you so much. Okay. Jeffrey, thank you for putting that in there.
Thank you, Jeffrey.
It's yours, David.
Thank you, sir. Okay. I'm a huge fan of black, what's called black, but it's truly amethyst glass. Scott even gifted me a large L.E. Smith, I think it's 9 inches, one of the trophy vases. Gorgeous. Never part with it. Thank you very much, Scott.
My pleasure.
I have, and this is an offer up, and we're starting this at $35. $35 for starting, and it's the urn style vase. Now, L.E. Smith, their series, this is number 900. If you look at their old catalogs, number 900. And this is going to come as with the top with a matching amethyst frog. So we have the amethyst frog, the black amethyst urn style.
Yeah.
Now, they made 2 versions of this. And depending on which one you have or which one you find, depends on, we'll date it. So this one is number 900. It's 8.5 inches tall with the frog. 8.5 inches tall with the frog, 5 inches wide at the widest margin. Now, this has the garland just under the lip of the urn vase. It does not have the garland, the larger design garland here. This dates this piece. So depending on what you have, some have the garland here and then a larger design here. This has a smooth, it's smooth here, no design, just here. So this dates this from 1934 to 1937, or L.E. Smith reproduced these later because of their popularity for 3 more years in 1953 to 1956. So you're only looking at 7 total years of production of this style 900, of this urn vase. So there's the frog that goes on top. You're getting 2 pieces for 1 price for your winning bid. And I wish there was just a great way to appreciate these with the really blast some light and to show that amethyst, because that's where you see the art or the glass shine, right?
I can tell you this.
So we do have some interest on this. So
I have never seen that in the wild, David, and you've got it with the frog. I find the loving cup, frequently with the nymphs, the naked people dancing, throwing flowers all around the place. We see those a lot. That piece that you've got there, you don't see that every day. That's really neat. Yeah,
and I'll spin it around. You can appreciate it. There's no nicks, chips on it. I just love the amethyst glass. I have a nice little display of it. Of course, I have Scott's in my little desk area where I work at home, the one he gifted me. I just love it. I'm a huge fan of it. Not to be morbid, but black is my favorite color.
No, I love it.
Get your bids in. I'm going to count it down. Starting at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 7 years of production for this one. Total.
That's
for a storied glass company.
Yeah.
And we'll see who gets that one. There's Karen with the sold. I'll wait for Vinny. Carol, we're not going to be on every Monday.
No, tonight's Tuesday.
And I'm waiting for Vinny. Sold to Jeffrey Reed. Thank you, Jeffrey.
Jeffrey, you got a piece that's not that easy to find.
It's very beautiful. I do have another very special amethyst item later. Next, I have the second item I have this go around, and this is starting at Let me find it. Here we go. It's a cast metal doorstop starting at $24. Cast metal, shape of a bird. It's a doorstop, so it's heavy metal. While you're looking at the paint, minor paint loss. This thing was on the floor getting banged around by someone's door. So you can appreciate the use of something like this. But look at the detail. And this stands, let me look at my little notes here. Here we go. It's 3.25 inch tall, 4.5 inches wide, and it's 4 inches from the tip of the doorstop to the front. So while you're looking at that, now it's not signed, but those familiar with these cast iron doorstops from John Wright, this used to have the green felt on the bottom, but in feeling this, I can't feel the foundry mark for John Wright, which would be normally somewhere right here. But it's, if you look at the detail of the paint, of that gold gilding style paint on the bottom, it's, if you do your search or do your research, it certainly looks like a John Wright piece. And the paint is vibrant enough to attribute to John Wright. If not, it's very close, and it's just a great appreciation of that type of work. It's not full here; it's hollow here, but it's very nice. I love it. It's been sitting on a shelf for me to stare at when I'm missing the birds. You know, no, I haven't seen any birds at my bird feeder, but of course it's winter. But get your bids in. I'm going to start counting it down. Make a nice gift or something for your home. And 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll wait for the end and for Vinny to call the winner. Thank you for all that are bidding. And thanks for joining us tonight. We really, really appreciate it.
We do.
While I'm waiting for the end, I will make us equal for now while we wait a little bit. There's Karen with the sold. Robin Boyd for $30. Thank you, Robin. Thank you very much. My email is just below my video feed, vintageuprisingtx@gmail.com. Just send me your information, YouTube username, your real name, mailing address, and your PayPal email information, and we'll get that invoiced and sent out to you as quickly as possible. Scott, I know we don't want to drag on too long because we do want to chat afterwards. For just a reminder, for those, refresh, make sure you're in live chat. Also, I do have a special gift for those that have purchased from me. Hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. I'm enjoying fine company from Scott, my friend Scott. I'll do the talking while he chews. Hey, no. It's all good for me.
We're
Scott,
friends.
I only have, just to let you know, Scott, I only have 3 more items. So I don't know how many you have. I do want to give time for us to speak. You have 1? You have 1. Okay, tell you what. Let me go through 2 more. Before you sell your last item, I'll go through 2 more. Then I'll let you sell your last one. Then I'll have 1 more.
All right.
And people can stick around for the drawing.
Well, and
now this one has. Go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, maybe I'll sell my necktie. I haven't decided yet. Everybody's been waiting to see what this is. I'm gonna think about it. Go ahead.
Ah, okay. There's some intrigue there.
Yeah.
So, items that you love, items that you see, items that just like that needs to be on my desk. So, I love foxes. This is going to start at, it's a trinket dish. This is starting at $15. $15. There's no mark. It's a trinket dish with a fox on top. Very handsome fox, the wily fox, not the wily coyote. Let me get him in here close so you can examine him. The lid has crazing on the finish, and the fox has some slight crazing on him. More so on the lid, and I'm going to be very careful with this. I don't like taping things together. I know at shops it's a necessary evil. I don't like doing it. But it's very handsome. That brown, I call that the Rolls Royce brown.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've ever seen a brown Rolls Royce, but they are gorgeous. That is Rolls Royce brown to me. It's cute. I like foxes. I like these type things that can hold my cufflinks. It's not signed. While I'm showing that to you up close, I will let you know the measurements. This is 5 inches long. It's almost 3.5 inches tall from the bottom of the box to the tip of the ear, and it's 2.5 inches wide. And I just think it's a handsome piece. I just think that goes in a study or someone's library. One of those things Grandpa tells you, don't touch that. Do not touch that. Bonnie, what does the fox say?
I think they purr like cats purr.
But there's his face. That would look nice in a nice mahogany and leather study, wouldn't it, Scott?
David, it would look really nice next to that.
Next to that, oh, absolutely. And my favorite Rolls Royce brown right there. I'll get that without the glare on there.
That's beautiful, Brent.
And I'll start counting this down. Get your bids in.
Get them in.
I hope you've refreshed.
Get them in.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And we'll wait for our fabulous moderators to let us know who got that. We did have some interest on that. And let's see, Karen with the sold. And Robert and Lori Perry for $35. Thank you, Robert and Lori. That's going to Lake Charles, Louisiana. Now I'm going to do one more. Scott has one more. So let me get this one out of the way. Then I'll have one more after Scott. Now, barware comes in all shapes and sizes. Scott showed me some beautiful pieces of Farber Brothers chrome craft that he had in his private stock, I would say. But the Farber Brothers made chrome craft had brass. Now I found this in Philly. We're starting bids on this one at $30. Their brass line Now this looks very plain, but they do not have a lot of brass pieces, and certainly you don't see them all the time. You see the chrome, which I appreciate. They're gorgeous, but I've only seen a brass bucket, ice bucket. I think one is a candy dish, which is only maybe 3 to 4 inches tall. But the Farber Brothers, this one measures, I believe. Let's see, did I have it on here? No, I didn't. I can measure it really quick. But this is the 3-piece. The pour comes out, unscrews, so you can pour. Lid comes off, and of course, there you go. 3-piece, easy to maintain. I haven't seen many of the brass pieces, but you should have seen the look Scott gave me when I showed him when I found it in the thrift.
Yeah.
I'll never forget that face. And just really quickly, if we have anyone bidding, it's a cocktail shaker. It's 13 inches tall. Farber Brothers Chrome Craft cocktail shaker, brass, and it's 13 inches tall, starting at 30. This cocktail shaker can tell some stories, I'm sure. I'm sure it's seen a lot.
Ooh.
But I will count it down. I'd like to give us time to chat.
Wait a minute.
Go ahead.
Is it in your book, David?
I have a Chrome Craft book that it's in. I'd have to go get it, but I don't know if it'd be in the glass barware. I have a Chrome Craft book.
Yeah, I just realized that. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
It wouldn't be in the glass. Sorry.
Yeah. This would make some heavy duty drinks. I'll count it down. I do see we have a bid, so I'll count it down in case someone is lurking and sniping. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And I'll wait for our moderators to let us know.
Did you say let it snow?
Let it snow.
Is that what you
let
said?
Us know, yeah.
Oh, let us know.
And sold to Florida Golden Girl for $30.
Hi, Lisa in Dover.
Okay, that's my second to last item. Scott, go ahead and go with your last one. And then I'll have one final one.
Well, I've got one thing left for you tonight, my good friends. Just one thing. And I'll tell you what it is not. It is not my 1930s green toilet paper thing. No, it's not. Oh, it's an offer up. And we're going to start out. Oh, well, let's see. Why don't we start out? We'll start at $15 on this. There it is. It's an Art Deco 1940s teapot made of really heavy, well, porcelain. And it's heavy. Now, there aren't any chips in it. There's, let's look at it now. No chips here on the spout. You will see on the bottom, we've got one little, let me stand up. Oh, my word. There's one little stress crack right there. Do you see that little stress crack? Now, I don't like that it's there, but it doesn't really compromise the piece. And if we open it up and look on the inside, you'll just see just a hint of that crack down in there. It's an old drippolator. Now I am missing the drippolator part that goes on it, but it's just that classic, what I call flower pots on a stair step. And this isn't really the stair step design, but it's very similar. So it's a Enterprise Aluminum Company superior quality kitchenware drip-o-lator. And the drippolator part is the way you would make the coffee. These were sold with an aluminum basket that would sit down in here. You put your coffee in there and your water, and it would drip through. That's usually missing on these. So use it as a teapot. Use it as a coffee pot. It's nice and heavy. Let me get it back into the frame. And it's got the deco flower pots stylized in the 1930s and 40s way.
Beautiful.
Well, you know, it's one of those things that you can decorate your kitchen with. So not everybody uses these. You certainly could. I mean, I use all of my old things. Turn it back around. Yeah, no, don't use it as a chamber pot. That's right. Please don't do that.
Solid advice.
Okay, 10, 9, 8.
Get those bids in.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Sold or not sold. I don't think I saw any bids on that. So if we didn't get anybody, I keep getting attacked by the fringe on this lampshade. We'll bring this back some other time because I don't think we had anybody on that. We'll just wait for a second.
There's the sold. Thank you, Karen.
Oh, it did go? I didn't see.
It looks like Rob B, $35. Rob B.
That's not Robin and that's not Robert and Lori, is it?
I'll highlight it on the screen.
Oh, Rob B 35. Oh, I know who Rob B is. I'm sorry. Okay. Rob.
Well, thank
B.
you everyone for bidding on Scott's item. That was Scott's last item.
It was. And Rob, I got you. Curtis, how you doing over there in the United Kingdom? We love everybody all over the country, and we're glad you're watching. I got you, Rob. Yeah, I'll see you soon. Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Curtis with some kind words. Curtis Childress. Thank you, Curtis.
Yeah, Curtis, you are a gentleman and a scholar, as we say.
Okay, my last item. Amethyst glass. It's a console bowl, it looks to be, but it has sterling silver inlay on top. The glare is gonna, but this is stunning. The silver was placed on the glass by Rockwell Silver Company, and I'll show you the seal if I can get it just right. There's a shield right there. There's Rockwell, and of course there's their marking here. But Rockwell Silver Company, who've been around the late 1800s, did this beautiful work on the silver on this. The opening bid for this is we're starting the bid at $40 for this. Look at all the silver that's on the black glass. Signed by Rockwell Silver Company, and I'll find a start point for this so you can appreciate the silver that's on here. Look at the detail. You talk about a detached retina moment.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
This is a stunner.
Put it on a glass pedestal, black glass base.
The detail on here is just stunning to me. It's beautiful work. And it is amethyst glass. Now, yeah, it displays black. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Oops, wrong light. What happened to all these lights? Maybe this will work. You can see the amethyst.
Oh, yes.
That's the bottom. I have the light on the inside, so if you shine through, you can really see that. And again, I'll pan back so you can appreciate the work done on the silver.
David, they're asking, is the silver thick? Is it thinly applied, or do you feel some?
No, it's thick. I can feel the ridges, and it's raised.
Yeah.
I would think that a storied company like Rockwell Silver would not hold back on this artistry and then put their name on it. This is a quality piece. The measurements, just to give you an idea, the measurement is let me give you the widest part. Sorry about that. At the top is 8. That's, let's see, because it's so wide. At the widest point, it's 8 inches. And the base is 4 inches. So this is inside 8. At the widest part is 8 inches. And this is 4 inches at the bottom lip. And you can feel easily the amount of silver that was put on this. Very pretty piece. And I'll start counting it down. So if you're interested, put your bids in. You got to account for the lag if you haven't refreshed. I'll start at 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Thank you for the kind comments, Curtis. Rockwell Silver Company did this work on this glass. It's beautiful. And we'll wait for our moderators to take care of that. There's Karen with the sold. Roman Leverins, thank you very much. $40. Thank you, Roman.
Roman in the gloamin' by the bonny banks of Clyde. Roman in the gloamin' with my last.
That was my last item, Scott.
Pardon? I'm sorry. I was singing. I was
That's
channeling.
Okay. Sing away.
I was channeling Harry Lauder, the great Scottish Roman. Did you like how I rolled my R's? You guys know Roman in the gloamin'. We can
Scott,
chat now.
I have a question. How many instruments can you play? Piano? Horn? 1 horn, 2 horns, 3 horns?
Well, let me back up. I was a music major as an undergrad. I was a music education major as an undergraduate in college. And so you enter on a particular instrument. Now, I started playing piano when I was in grade school. But I was a trumpet major, a brass major in college. But when you're a music education major, you got to learn everything. You don't necessarily become proficient on it, but you know how to handle the instrument. you know, the different embouchure, the fingering and that kind of thing. So having said that, I'm not too shabby on the piano. I can rip off a Scott Joplin rag, and trumpet was my. But now that I'm in my own house and not in a Philly loft, I can begin practicing my trumpet again. So I hope that answers the question. Thank you for asking. Now let me.
You're welcome. I mentioned Mr. Schreiber in band class. I played clarinet for 3 years, and sadly, as a child, my parents weren't wealthy. My clarinet got repoed.
Oh.
They were making payments, and it got repoed really quick. I have one item that did not sell, and I just want to see if there was interest.
Oh, that's right.
The Adirondack style frame that would hold an 8x10. Someone was asking about that. So that's $20 if you're interested. And it's 14 by 14 tall, 12 wide, and it holds an 8x10.
So
$20.
Since it holds an 8x10, you could put Ruth Buzzy in it.
Put Ruth Buzzy in there. Wouldn't Ruth Buzzy look great in that frame? That's $20 if you want the frame. So, yeah. So Mr. Schreiber was so kind. He called me into his office and said a man showed up and interrupted band class. And he said, Mr. Rosas. And Mr. Schreiber played in big bands in the 40s. He played every instrument. Mr. Rosas, would you come to my office, please? Pipe in hand. Yes, Mr. Schreiber. This gentleman has come to repair your clarinet. Meanwhile, please use my personal clarinet. I'll give you a new reed. Let me wash the mouthpiece. Thank you, Mr. Schreiber. And I thank the gentleman for taking time to come all the way to my school to repair my clarinet. I didn't know it needed repair. I was humming right along as first chair in 7th grade. So, yeah, I told my parents that a nice gentleman came to repair my clarinet, and they just kind of looked at each other like, oh no. So anyway, that was the end of my clarinet playing days after that.
Well, you know how we look like an instrument. You don't look like a clarinet. Now, you look like a trombone or a tuba. I don't know, but that's a great story. Hey, yeah, what kind of a reed? 2.5?
2.5 reed. Yeah.
There you go. How many band nerds do we have in here? Come on, everybody. Own up to it. Come on, listen. Everybody thought the guys and the gals, everybody thought the football players and the cheerleaders were having a good time. Woo! How many of you had a good time on the back of the band bus on the way home from a night game? I don't mean anything raunchy, but I'm saying us band kids, we had a good time, didn't we? Come on, band kids.
Kim, I did have a loaner. Mr. Schreiber let me use his personal clarinet for the rest of the year. So I did have his loaner. But after that summer, I didn't have a clarinet. So.
Oh, look at the conversation flying now. Where's all the band kids? Come on, all you
flute,
band nerds.
Trumpet, piano. I even had a classmate who played French horn, and he only had 3 fingers for his key hand.
That's all you need.
That's all you need for a French horn. I thought that, I was like, what a perfect instrument for you. His name was Clarence.
You need the other hand to mute the bell. But yeah.
Now don't go away if you've won. I have a drawing for you.
Oh.
Scott, anything on the tie? Are you going to keep the tie? Anything?
Nobody wants my necktie, but I will show it to you.
Okay.
It is old. It is silk. It dates to the 1930s, and it's the same color as my curtains. Let me show you my necktie. It's hand painted on silk. And down at the bottom, it says the 500 Club. And there's a frying pan. And there's the lid. And there's a pot. How many of you recognize, let me stand up. How many of you recognize that coffee pot? From the 30s. And the necktie says, can you read it? It says,
I'll make you bigger. Hold on.
It says achievement. This was a gift to a salesperson, probably a man, a salesman. And it's the Achievement Award. So
wow.
whatever this dude did, he got into the 500 Club, and he got this hand-painted silk tie. And it's the Wherever Aluminum Company. Okay, Wherever. The 500 Club.
Awesome.
Yeah. And in those days, and so it's all hand painted. And of course, in those days, the ties were fatter at the bottom, the way ties were in the 1920s, ties were very skinny. They got fatter in the 1940s. This probably dates to around 1940. And then they get skinny, in the 50s and 60s, and then they get fat again in the 70s. Much like us humans. I was skinny in my 20s and 30s, and I'll probably be fat in my 70s. I'm working on it now. But anyway.
That's great.
Yeah.
I'm wearing some sad Italian number.
No, now tell us about your outfit.
Oh, just this is my nearly everyday workwear in the office. So cufflinks, tie, typically a suit or sport coat.
Mm-hmm.
In the summer, a nice thin blazer. You never know.
Sure.
But let me get to the drawing.
Yes.
If you won tonight, you're eligible for this drawing, and I placed you in the amethyst bowl that was purchased.
Do we need a drum roll?
Yeah. Do we have any drummers that played in band? Any percussion or percussionists?
My cornet is sitting over there on the dining room table. I could go. No. Count it down.
Okay. Thank you, Pam.
Wait a minute. This is best I can do.
Okay, I'll take it.
Drum roll.
Mixing and mixing and mixing. And we have Crazed Vintage Model who purchased the trench art. You get what looks to be a creamer with the old Curiosity Shop.
Yes, you did. Wait,
there's the old Curiosity Shop in honor of my friend Scott.
Oh, how nice. Thank you, David. Look at that. Wonderful.
So Crazed Vintage Model will get that along with the trench art that was purchased earlier. So you can, that's to remember our friend Scott and for joining me in this solo sale that I had tonight.
Well, isn't
just for fun. I hope you enjoyed tonight's sale.
I did.
So that's going to go to you. Thank you very much. Scott, I had fun. I hope you did too.
Oh, absolutely. It was a joy. So we'll do it again sometime. Hey, let's we'll do it again sometime, David. And listen, everybody who's watching, thank you to David who invited me. Now listen, David and his other half, Tammy, they have they're an interesting pair because they have different tastes. And so if you didn't see anything that you liked tonight, Tammy finds the neatest, quirkiest 1960s, 70s. I mean, I sometimes like teaser, but she has a good eye for wouldn't you say, David, more into the sort of the 60s and 70s?
Yeah, she
She
pulls
does.
towards 60s, 70s for sure.
Yeah. And so if you like that kind of thing, hey, I hope you subscribe and check out. They do live sales. I guess, go ahead. Is it Wednesday nights, David?
Yeah, tomorrow night we'll have a live sale on our
Okay.
channel, starting 7 Central. Of course, that's 8 Eastern. Every Wednesday night, I join Tammy for hilarity ensues when we get together. we, we love it. We love our friends in the community.
Yeah.
We have a good time. And thank you. Thank you, Rosa. And of course, you have your lives now. And of course, check out Scott's shop, of course, on eBay, where you find some goodies. If you snooze, you lose.
Yeah.
It's same as the live sales. You got to get those bids in, because there's some good stuff. I love the things that you take the time to restore. Not a lot of people do. You do take. That's how much you appreciate it. That's how much I appreciate you, the effort you put into it.
Well, thank you. Thank you. It's a lot of fun, and I
Not
appreciate
only am I, hopefully I'm a friend to you, but I'm also a big fan. So
I appreciate that, and I am thankful for everyone else who watches and joins in, and we teach each other, and it's a wonderful thing to be a part of a community that we didn't have this. A lot of us discovered each other during this pandemic, and a lot of times when you're in the middle of something that seems horrible, there's something good that comes out of it. And I know a lot of us came together during the pandemic, and it's been a lifeline, and not just for you, because people write to us and say, oh my goodness, if it weren't for you guys, that we could tune into each night. You've got to understand it works our way as well, because we have days where it's like, but I say, nope, I got to get out there and do it, because folks are waiting for me, and it encourages us. I mean, I know I'm not speaking for myself. All of us who do this get encouraged by you guys who type in, and we get to know your names, even though we may never meet on this earth. We still know your names, and we enjoy how you interact with us. So thank you.
And every now and then when we're out thrifting, someone will stop you and say, I know you, or
Yes.
they recognize you. It's rare. It's but it's cool in the sense that, not only is someone, whether they buy or not, they're watching, they're learning, and they're like-minded. They appreciate not just things that are old or collectible. They appreciate that little piece of the past, that nostalgia, that I guess that fires us up a little bit. You see something that you grew up in childhood, or you remember from Aunt Gloria's house or Grandpa Smith, and those are the moments when you find something that reminds you of great memories. And then we find like-minded people out that have watched our various channels, and it to me, that's always fun. Tammy gets embarrassed, but I think it's fun.
Well, I have to tell you, it's 9 minutes after 11, and I understand that the Paul Whiteman Orchestra has just started broadcasting atop the Lowe's Hotel in downtown Philadelphia. So I've got to twiddle the knobs on my old tuned radio frequency radio over here and see if I can hear a little bit of the Japanese Sandman from
Oh, wow.
the top of the hotel in Philadelphia, Paul Whiteman and his orchestra. So I'm going to say goodnight to everyone, and thank you, folks. Send me your information. I'll get those invoices out to you tomorrow morning, and thank you, thank you, thank you.
Yeah, I want to thank our moderators for helping us out. Y'all did a great job. We really, really appreciate it. And thanks again. Thank you, Scott. And everyone have a great night. Thanks for joining us.
See you later.
So
So
long.
long, folks. Thank you. It was a lot of fun. Now, let me see what I can tune in here. Woo.